Hi, it's Pastor Paul L. Anderson here at the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, where we believe God's blessings never stop flowing. It is Marvelous Monday. Let me take my personal moment of privilege. I want to say happy birthday to my nephew, Joshua Nelson. Joshua, God bless you. Well, I hope you had a powerful birthday on yesterday. I'm certain that you did, with all the love that you received from all of your family. May God bless you. Today, I invite you to look with me at Hebrews, the 11th chapter, verses 23 through 29 from the New Living Translation. Such a powerful text. This becomes a text to remind all of us how it was by faith that Moses' parents hid him for 3 months, even when all the other children had been issued an edict to be killed. You know, God had something very special planned for Moses. He was a very unique child. He was unusual. And because of that, Moses' parents knew it. You know, it's amazing how you and I know that the Bible tells us, train up a child in the way that they should go, and when they're old, they won't depart from it. Each child that is born into our lives have to be treated with uniqueness, have to be treated with the greatest amount of sincerity to say, God, I thank you for this child. I know that they are a precious gift from you. It was here that we find out that Moses' parents knew that there was something special about him. All the midwives had been issued an edict that they were to kill all the young boys that were born. But Moses' parents had faith in God, and Moses grew to have faith in God. It was by faith that when Moses grew up, that he realized who he really was. But God gave him favor that as his parents put him in a basket and floated him up the Nile, as he made his way towards Pharaoh's house, Pharaoh's daughter was out there in the water. She saw this basket. She opened it up. She saw that there was a baby in it. It was her thought that the gods had blessed her with a child. But no, it was the one and only true God who had given her in her household, the one who would be the deliverer of all of those who were in bondage to Egypt. God was going to do something with Moses. He was going to let him grow up understanding and seeing how Pharaoh lived, how God was going to deliver him from all of the sinful pleasures of Pharaoh's household, but remind him whose he was. See, when Moses was floated up in that basket, there was a Hebrew cloth that was with him that had been kept out, and he didn't know anything about it until he grew older. It was then that Moses went through some things, that God put the fear in him, the fear to know that he was created for the purpose of serving God and living out his purpose by delivering all of those Hebrews from the Egyptian bondage and captivity. You know, Moses didn't know this. No one knew this at the day that he was born, but God was going to allow him to be a deliverer. And because of Moses' birth, because of the faith of his parents, he became the deliverer of all of those Israelites from Egyptian bondage. They were delivered during the time of the Passover. Passover was when you killed a lamb and you sprinkled the blood over the doorposts of the house. And anytime you and I know that the death of the firstborn would take place if the blood was not there, God allowed his spirit to tell Pharaoh to let my people go. It is then that Moses becomes the one who leads them into the promised land. They get to the Red Sea, but God divides the sea. This reminds us that God will always open doors for you. God will always make a way. On this marvelous Monday, know that you are exceedingly and abundantly blessed because God has a great blessing in store for you. If he did it for Moses, he can do it for you, and he can do it for me too. God bless you, heaven smile upon you, and take the Lord with you everywhere you go.
To sow a seed to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship, visit our newly redesigned website, thefountainofraleigh.org, and select Sow a Seed from the homepage. Also, giving has been made easier with the new Fountain of Raleigh app, available now in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. Download today, select Giving from the main menu, and then follow the directions to complete your giving through Subsplash.
Thank you so very much for all of your gifts and donations that you've given to the Fountain of Raleigh Fellowship. We thank you for what you've done in the past, what you're currently doing, and what you will do in the future. Your gifts and donations helps us to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ, not only locally, but throughout the world. Thank you again for your gifts, and may God continue to richly bless you. It is here at the Fountain that we believe that we are exceedingly and abundantly blessed, and may you receive those blessings that God has in store for you.